It says I'm live. Wow. I've got a feeling being this late, a lot of people will be in bed. And maybe one or two of you might still be up. Never know. Never know. We're not going to be on long. So, be brisk. Breaking tornado warning cover. Hmm. This was 27 minutes ago. A lot of stuff going on in this whole world. Says I got one person in there. Who we got? Kind of late. Kind of late. Hmm. Melinda, what's up? Peggy's up too. Wow. Melinda. Oh, what's up? Coming in over the TV back there. That wasn't supposed to happen. I was surprised you two are up. She should be all moved now. They done got you all moved, ain't you? You in your new location. Man, I just. I gotta look at this real quick. Y'all doing okay? I forgot what I'm doing here. Oh, I got a bad storms. Oh, well, I was just looking at a weather thing there. I posted just a little bit ago. Somebody was live or something, and I saw that all the way up through Oklahoma. She moved from one storm to another. Well, they just carrying the storms with her. That was Meg's little house in the country. It left me a message. Oh, they're following her. Yeah, she must have left directions laying on the table by accident. Okay. Well, I was just hadn't went to sleep yet, and I thought, well, I'll see if anybody is still stirring around. Yeah, she sent me a message on my last video that I just posted. I said she thought she left one, but it disappeared. She probably don't see that I'm live. Before I got here, storming down. Oh, see, they got ahead of you. They said, "We know where she's going. Let's go. Let's go make a path." No, I'm not, Peggy. I'm not worried about it one bit. It'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not like I'm stranded or I couldn't go buy another one if I had to. Uh, but oh, it'll be ready tomorrow. We're going up there tomorrow after lunch. I am. Somebody's gonna take me. Yeah, I believe so. I believe it'll be ready tomorrow. I've sure waited long enough. I know that. It's been, it doesn't matter if I'm driving a dump truck, big red, or if I drive the Scott Peters GMC. Climbing in and out of them is hard on me. Well, I am. I don't. I'm going down there, and I need to go to Walmart. I've been putting that off to keep from driving the dump truck down there. It's 6 miles, but climbing in and out and putting stuff in and out of the dump truck. Uh, and the Chinese place is right next door, so I'm gonna get me some Chinese food. Real bad in the Dallas area, I think. Huh? You ain't. Daniel's little girl lives in. She's here now with her dog for the summer. Uh, they've got to go back middle of next month for her to do some uh, volleyball tryouts or something. And then they're coming back again because she's here for the whole summer. Uh, she's 10, I think. Yeah, she's about 10. Moose, Moose, Moose. Her dog's name is Moose. I can't. I think. I think sometime today. I don't know if I did it on video, and I needed to go back and watch and see if I did. I might have called it Goose. Ouch! Sorry to hear that. Yeah, the dog's name is Goose. No, Moose. Moose, yeah. But a couple of times a day I was talking. I was talking to somebody. I can't remember if I was recording or not, but I called it Goose. And they got to laughing at me. But it's Moose. Yeah. Moose to Goose. I don't know why it's coming up with Goose at, but I sure did. I didn't do nothing today. I went to the barn. That was it. Took a long walk. Listened to the peace and quiet. Sit on a tree limb down at the creek. And there's Meg. Meg's little house in the country. Good evening. And, I just hopped on to see how everybody was doing and see if everybody was making do. I didn't hear from Christina today. She's got her hands full. She called me yesterday. They're they're kind of in limbo right now, moving Sherry to Alabama. She said they're just doing a grave, the family grave site, family cemetery. Um, she didn't have no insurance or nothing. She said they already, but they had a place to where they're going to bury her and everything. I moved dirt this afternoon. We'll be on the next video. Fixing to move my little greenhouse frame. Huh? Where's it at now? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, so they're kind of in the. Thank you, Melinda. They're kind of in limbo right now, to move her. Wait till they get her down there. It's going to be just a gravesite. She didn't have no insurance when she had so much problems that nobody would insure anymore. Thank you, Meg. Yeah, she's got a son that's 20. I think he's 20, 21. Christina said he wasn't taking it very well. And Peter and Scott's going to have a little getaway and go up to Kentucky next month. I forget the days. Middle of next month. And glad to see they're gonna go do something together and get out of here for a little while. Wait a minute, hold it. That means I gotta do everything right here. In the store. Oh. Oh well. No, it wasn't her mom. Uh, uh, they've taken care of her for a long time. It's Brian's ex-wife, and, but they she's had a rough time for several years now. Yeah, we're all human. You know, I know just as well as I'm sitting right here, she's not in pain no more, and it it bothers me to see younger people leave this whole world in a sense of I'm still here. Uh, but I know that I'll see her again one day. She knew the good Lord, and maybe she won't. Maybe she'll be holding the gate open. I'll tell her. I mean, just as long as it's not blocked where I can get in. You know, because we we look at death as the fact that I'm sitting here talking and one day I'm not. You know, but that doesn't mean I've got life, and anybody that come to know Jesus Christ their Lord and Savior don't die. They just leave a physical body, and that's that's the truth. But to know they're not here, I'd never been around there that she didn't wasn't. Uh, she didn't, make you feel welcome, and she always. I know just before she went to the hospital this last time, it was baby girl's my little granddaughter. It was her birthday, and she struggled and made her way in there to sing happy birthday with us to her because she needed to go to the hospital, and uh, yeah, there's no, she didn't want to go on that on Michaela's birthday. She she knew they wasn't gonna let her come home, so she hung in there to go to do that birthday party before she went to the hospital. Peggy, it's gonna be beyond beautiful. There's not a word that describes it. We can describe it in so many different ways, and the most joyful, the most happiest things you could think of, and it still is not going to touch. I think I said something about it in my video. The moment I leave this body, I'm going to be in the presence of God. Uh, it's but I don't know. In with an earthly body and an earthly mind, uh, we still miss people, and we mourn because when we lose them, and that's okay. But uh, if you've got that knowledge of knowing that they made it, that they knew Jesus Christ, their Lord and Savior, and uh, there's a peace about that. Just knowing that it helps you, it gets you through. I just I don't know. With a human mind, though, you think about it, like myself, my whole family's gone, uncles and everybody, but uh, most, they were all older than me. Uh, but makes me the oldest of the family generation now wise, and but like losing my sister. Uh, I don't, it's not meant for me to understand, but at the same time, uh, I wonder, and I can't figure it out sometimes. I know I won't be able to, but my sister's a lot younger than I was, and she died at she was 54. We lost we lost Dad at 56. Uh, my mom made it to 74. Yes, he does, Meg, and that's why I wake up every morning and I thank him and I ask him and I tell him, don't let me miss whatever it is that you woke me up for today. Let me accomplish it, no matter how small or how big it is. Uh, Give me the strength to do it. It might be nothing more than greeting somebody at the door and smiling at them and wishing them a good day, or it could be a whole lot bigger. Uh, you know, but just don't let me miss it. I mean, I've been at death's doors. I mean, I've beat the battle of cancer twice, and then I turned around with a brain tumor, and I've done uh, for past lived longer than they thought I would. The doctors even thought I would. At one point, I was pretty much I didn't get out of bed, and then I was lucky to make it to my little hover round chair to get through the house. And look back on all that and what I do now. I feel like I know I can't do what I used to do. I can't. I don't have it. I just don't have it no more. And I know I'm older. Uh, and I know that because of things that's happened in my life, that illnesses that uh, put some boundaries for me to follow. But compared to 5 years ago when I was in bed and somebody literally had to help me out of it, uh, when I had my stroke, I thought that was it. I want to tell you, I thought that was it. Oh man, I remember those. I had two of the nicest nurses. I I had a headache that I don't know, a horse had just fell over dead. I mean, I was suffering, but I had two of the nicest nurses spent the night with me in my room, taking care of me. There was one I nicknamed her, and I done forgot what I nicknamed her now. But she was so short, she had to climb up on the bed rail thing to get up to reach out to look over and look me in the face. Because she'd get right over there and go, Mr. Herndon, I need you to open your eyes. They had to wake me up every so often to make sure I was, I need to see your eyes. I need to see your eyes. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm sleeping. Oh, finally knocked me out, and now you're gonna wake me up. But it was from where I was then to where I'm at now, and I wonder, I can't help but wonder what's next. And, yeah, I know, but she was such a little tiny thing. She, young girl, she had to climb up on the rail of the bed to look at my face. uh, I gave her a nickname, and I cannot remember what I nicknamed her. And that's what I called her the whole time I was in the hospital. She was my nurse several nights. And yeah, I hear you, Melinda. I don't like it neither, and I get aggravated sometimes at myself because I can't do stuff that I need to do or want to do. Now, they said because back when I had my stroke, they said that I become claustrophobic, and I mean, I broke my back in 1999, and for a number of years, I did MRIs, and I go lay down. I go to the imaging place down here in Port Oglethorpe, and I go in there and go, I'm here to get my MRI from my doctor. Oh yeah, go right. Take me right back there and lay me on this table, shoot me right on in there, and I lay right there and just close my eyes and listen to that thing go nee 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 boom 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 boom. For him to do these MRIs on my back, and uh, they were at. It was to try to decide whether they were going to have to do surgeries or not, or how bad it was deteriorating. And I never did have that surgery. Uh, Still don't have a good back, but and but I still never had that surgery. And but now I can't even get in one. I can't ride an elevator with. I mean, I'm just I'm out of breath when the elevator stops. If I get on one, and if I take the stairs, I hurt real bad, my knees. So I get on the elevators, and I make sure I get on one that's going the direction I want to go. And there's people told me that you're white as a ghost. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's not no. It's fine. But I'm claustrophobic as can be. It don't take. I go to my doctor and they'll carry you back. And put your. She'll be right with you. And uh, yeah, I sit in that room, and I sit there, and the walls start closing in on me. I go and open the door and stand at the doorway so I can see down the hall because it's just and that's a it's not a little bitty room, but it's a examining room, but it's not a little bitty one. But just that room, shut up in that room, that's gets the best of me. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think I want to get in a helicopter either. Uh, there's not a lot of room in one, especially when you put the gunner thing in the. Oh, no, wait a minute. You're talking about a room. You're not talking about a military one. When you set the machine gun up and everything, it's a different world. Uh, but yeah, uh, I just sometimes wonder why them? Why not? Why wouldn't it? Why am I still here? And that's what I wake up every morning asking the Lord. Why am I still here? Don't let me miss whatever it is you got planned. Whatever it is you need me to do. As, when they had to go in my esophagus and remove the little fish scales, uh, yeah, Peggy, he's got me here for some reason, and just don't let me miss it. Day by day, don't let me miss it. There's got to be something every day. I know you got me up for. I might not know what it is, but don't let me miss it, because that's really what the videos started out all about, was because I didn't think I was going to see these two grandkids. I won't make it. They won't ever know me, and that's what really got it all started. And uh, then I ended up making them public. But I went through. They had to go in my esophagus and take all those little fish scales out all down through there, and they were all cancerous. Figuring, well, I might not eventually get all my voice back. I still can't sing as good as I used to, and that's the truth. Uh, but I've been caught singing out down somewhere around the farm here, somewhere by myself. I didn't know somebody was around. They snuck up on me. Just me worshiping the Lord. Uh, uh, I go, hey, why are you singing? I said, well, you heard me singing. I don't want nobody to hear me singing. uh, it's okay. It sounds good to us. Whatever. And, I was down there weed whacking, and I guess I had my back to everything that was coming through one day. And Scott came down and went into the high tunnel. Well, I didn't know he was in there. And of course, I'm down. I think I'm down. I've been down there by myself for probably 2 hours. I'd even took a break and sat in my chair and drank some of my cold drink and went back to work again. And I didn't know he'd slipped down there. I had my back turned going across the field the other way, and he was inside the high tunnel, and I'm walking across there going, you know, let's just lift our hands towards heaven and praise the Lord. And I'm praising the Lord and doing stuff like that right there. And next thing I know, I hear, Dean? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, where are you at? He snuck down in the high tunnel on me. He's, I'm in the high tunnel. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know you were down here. But I find myself doing that when I'm trying to push myself to keep going further than I feel like my body or I want to go anymore. But let me get this finished, that type of thing. And I'll start praising the Lord, and I'll start thanking Him and talking with Him, and I talk out loud. And I'm down there by myself. I think I am most of the time, anyway. Just me and him. I'm not really by myself. You know. Oh yeah. That's all I like is the old songs. Uh, there's a difference. A lot of them songs are just filled with the spirit. Their voices were filled with the spirit, and it didn't leave when it was recorded. Uh, you got some of them now that the churches are doing, trying to do more entertaining than they are uh, letting the Spirit of the Lord do its job. And but the old songs, I remember a lot of people who traveled around singing. Uh, yeah, uh, they travel around singing, and some of them would be in an old bus, and some would be in two. They'd be in cars, or one car, or two cars, and a truck with a camper shell on it with their equipment in it. You know, uh, and they were out going to churches and uh, singing and stuff, but they wasn't getting rich. They were just following the will of the Lord where they felt like He wanted them to go. And when they came into church and sung and would sing a song, uh, you could feel the Spirit of the Lord, and you could see it in them. They were there to worship. They were there to share the good word of the Lord. They were there to share the sing to the Lord, and to share it with you. They wasn't there to sing to you. They were there to sing with you, and they were there for a worship service. There's too many of them out there now. You want me to come to your church? You gotta. How much you willing to pay? Used to, you didn't hear that. When I was growing up, in my younger years, uh, they they would let you know they were coming to town. Do you want us to come to your church? Well, we'll be there. you know, it wasn't like yeah, and the spirit would uh, would be there. Oh, I remember some revivals. Boy, do I remember some old tent revivals. Uh, and then go down and do the baptism in the river. Uh, yeah, yeah, they were real revivals where people got saved and stayed saved. Uh, I hear people say sometimes now they go, and I'll tell you, I've seen the change in revivals. I'll talk about revivals a minute here. Uh, like I said, I remember revivals, and you would see the fruits of that revival. You would not just that day or not just that week, but for months and years to come, people would get saved and uh, come to the Lord. But now, a revival now is not the same. Uh, they go and have like, oh, we need a good revival. We need a good, at least good 3 or 4 days, and the 3 or 4 days of revival. No, you don't pray for a 3 or 4 day revival. You pray for a lifetime revival. Something to happen that's going to touch lives, that's going to spread throughout the county, throughout the world. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. But now the revival's over. Whew, glad that's done with. I've never had a revival that I didn't want it to keep going. I leave a good revival. I'm like, man, I wish they would stay a little longer. Let's do this again tomorrow. But it's in, it's all got to come to pass. There's so many things, and the church, the moving away, the churches will move away, further and further away from the Lord. It's I can't think of a one that at this point, right now, I can't think of one that hasn't changed their bylaws to fit the world in some form or fashion. And that's going to happen. A lot of people, there's a lot of ministries out there now. There's people now, they go to, they go, well, he's making a good living preaching. Let me go to school for it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Of learning the ministry and learning the theology of it all. But I believe if you're going to get out here and preach the Word of God and be the figurehead, you should be anointed and led by the Lord. A lot of them do now, Peggy. A lot of them do now. They I mean, it's becoming a business more than it is following. I know some preachers that never went to seminary, never took any classes, but the Lord called them and they stepped up and they preached with the Spirit of the Lord. But yeah, a lot of churches. I mean, this little church over here, it ain't little no more. It's become massive. It's grown, and the building has grown. And I can remember people saying, "The Lord is really blessing this church," you know. And I'm like, well, I hope that's what it is, because sometimes growth in certain things isn't necessarily led by the Lord. You know, sometimes we think good things happen and we think, oh, that was from the Lord. It has to be. But the devil himself slips into a white robe once in a while and tricks you. But you have to be prayed up and recognize what's going on around you, to where things you don't jump on every bandwagon just because it sounds good or looks good or whatever. Yeah, amen, Peggy. One of my mentors, Brother Sawyer, he's not with us anymore. But we did we did revivals down through North Carolina. I remember yeah, we held revivals and everything else all over the place. Well, that's not a bad thing. That's good. One thing One thing you want in the church is lost souls. Exactly. The church I'm talking about, I don't want to call no names. Uh, it was a small church, and now it's the building is goes way down this way and way down this way. They have to have so many services, like 3 services uh, to accommodate everybody. But there's also a lot of things there that it's not the same as it was. Uh, they've allowed stuff to take place that I don't think church was made for. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, I believe if the Lord calls you, you shouldn't hesitate. Uh, he's told me to do some things in life that I've hesitated about, and then I never did. And then some things that I've hesitated about, and like, oh no, I got to do this and go do it. Uh, you know, uh, but you got to learn that He comes first, and no matter how odd it feels or how strange it might look to some people, if you feel the Spirit of the Lord telling you to do it, you better do it. It all works out at the end. I've been in a store before, and I might have told y'all about this before. I've been in a store before and had the urge to pray for somebody, and I'm like, here, you got it. Well, they walk out the door. I can remember that. Now it don't matter to me where I'm at, but and it didn't then really. It's just it didn't. Um, it just didn't make sense to me. And I was like, oh no, I got to do it. And Lord put it on my heart. So I go out the door behind the man and his kid, going, "Excuse me, sir. This might seem strange to you, but it was put on my heart to pray with you." And he was just definitely, thank you. Uh, yeah, not just money. Yeah, that's the truth. But not just money, worldly things. Uh, I had a I had a gentleman one time who worked at his where he was working at. He'd been working there like 30 years or something like that, and he I had one of my car lots was down in Rossville, or 2 of them were, but uh, the one on the other side of Rossville, and he uh, he had a stroke, and it put him out of work. He wasn't able to work no more. And while he's waiting for things to happen, for income wise and all that, and he was old enough to retire already anyway, but he hadn't retired. He was still working every day of his life. Uh, he had a wife that was blind, and that was his goal in life: take care of her. And he was one of my customers too. And he come in and talked to me and everything. And I said, well, let's see if we can find a church that'll help you out with that. They needed some stuff. And somebody had brought him up there. And it wasn't easy for him to get up there. And I told him he didn't have to come up here and talk to me. Just call me. And if we needed to meet in person, I'd come by his house. But I told him don't worry about your car. You know, you get straightened out, we'll start your payments back up. And Brown's Family Farm. Well, praise the Lord. And I knew you were a late night owl. And anyway, I tried to find a church that would help him out because the food bank, he'd already been there. And mm, they wanted to make appointments for him to do interviews with him and all this kind of stuff. And I'm telling them who I am and what church I was working with, and that didn't matter. I said that you know what, we can handle this ourselves. But yeah, they took they didn't want to they don't want to help. I understand and I know I've seen it where people abuse a situation, but uh, when you got somebody doing this and and advocating for them, they they shouldn't turn them down like that. And well, anyway, we found out that you could go to the food bank more often than that if a church wrote you a letter. So we wrote him a letter and helped him out. So it all worked out anyway. People, I mean, it wasn't like he just looking for he was a freeloader. I mean, he always made his car payment on time, and uh, he was working. Tragic things happened and slowed him down. And when you're waiting for things to go in to play, so you start having an income, uh, it takes a while. And sometimes you need a helping hand. Yeah, it was good to see her on the video outside. I mean, I know you'll be glad when she can carry that feed bags, them 50-pound feed bags again, so you don't have to. Uh, I'm gonna, look. I'm gonna tell y'all. There's not that many of us in here, but when I get when I get a chance, I want to get Peter out here and bring the lawnmower and the weed eater and stuff around here and go and make a. Uh, I got this idea from where I said something. I might have said it on the Eddie Family Farm page or something about uh, it's a trick camera, behind the scenes stuff, and I was going to get Peter to. Uh, yeah, a scoop at a time. That would work. Tell her to get to work. And but she threw. I noticed in her last video, she said she can't push or pull more. uh, but I just wanted to make a funny video. Get her on the lawnmower and go, "Hey, Peter," and video the whole entire thing. You'll say, "I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to keep it a secret." And she mowed that. section that lower pasture down there. Now she did do that. I was having a hard time getting the point across to her when I was letting. She was using the vacuum cleaner here under my shed, and she goes, "Will you move the dump truck so I can use the vacuum cleaner?" Yeah, Monday my truck will need vacuuming too. So she pulled the hose out there, and I ran the video, and she goes, I told her, I said, yeah, Monday mine will need done. Mine's next morning. Get it back Monday. And she said, oh yeah, I won't use all the air. she, she was planting flowers around her fire pit today. Well, in fact, you probably heard me on the video go. Today's video, I think it was. She come out looking for the spade. And I said, I don't know what Scott did with it. I know he got it and was using it. Yeah. Well, Melinda, God bless and have a. I pray you sleep well. And tomorrow's another day. Yeah, I'm out of here in just a little bit myself. I just wanted to. I'm really surprised you were awake. Anyway, but you have a great night. Yeah. Uh, she was worried about Dan doing something in one of them holes, so he went out to dig his own. She just got moved, so I imagine she's still settling in a little bit. I would say she hadn't got everything in this place yet. She needs a good night's rest so she can get up in the mornings, keep straightening stuff out. Peggy, I hadn't asked this question lately, but how is the garden growing? I just missed that. It came up too quick. Somebody just joined the channel. I think it said Rocket Queen. Jump down there and jump back on me real quick. Got your first tomato? Well, hello, Rocket Queen. Yeah, I was right. And that's your first tomato. Hi, Tina. Tons of peppers left. Boy, that's something else. She's got all that stuff growing in the house. Oh, yeah. Rocket, glad you stopped by. We do this every once in a blue moon. Well, thank you. I got like 400 videos you can go back and watch. All right, catch you next time. Nice of you to drop by. We fixing to go here shortly anyway. Tina's come in a little late. I came in late. What am I talking about? There's something I never knew before about growing indoors. Yeah, they're not. I thought a grow light was just provide them light they didn't have naturally from being indoors. You're gonna teach this old man something new, Peggy. I imagine some of them. Well, now I know a heat. Some of them use heat lamps. Oh no, there's enough stuff breaking around here without my help. No, Meg, I hadn't heard no trumpets, so I hadn't went nowhere. Not every grow light is the same. I don't get it. Other than wattage, one might put out more light than other. Some might put off heat. Well, that's about true in anything, Peggy. Now, I can't remember the name of the tool place, so I guess I won't call no names. But most of the tools they have are junk. They take it back and swap it out for you, but I don't. The only way I go there and buy something if I was going to use it one time and know I never need it again, and I didn't want to put a lot of money into it. But other than that, some I'm going to use every day or quite often. I won't go buy nothing from them. Their tools are, I don't know. I we bought when my son was painting. He had that contract in Dalton and was painting houses, apartments. People moved out of. He had a man that owned a whole bunch of apartments. He kept him busy. He he needed a sprayer, and I went to this place and got him one. Didn't last very long. I told him I'd just take it back and get another one. That's what he did, but we ended up buying one somewhere else. Finally. It's a well-known place. I just can't remember the name of it. And I get it mixed up with another one. That's like Craftsman tools. You know, they're supposed to be lifetime tools. And when Sears, I bought all the ones I've got over the years. I bought them through Sears. And now there's some places that still do it. I think that still carries Craftsman now. But I hadn't tried to take anything. I've got a few wrenches and stuff out there I need to get replaced. Posted. They're still selling them, so I imagine. Yeah, well, that's all I bought. I've collected a lot of tools out of old cars and stuff like that. But if I went and bought it, I went to Sears in Texarkana, Texas, one time, and they had some Craftsman tool kit that had the screwdrivers. There was a whole bunch of tools in it. And they had this great deal on it, and I thought, well, that's a good deal. And it was half off or something. It was some kind of special sale. And then they had this lady in there that says, if you fill out one of these papers here for credit approval, we take another 20 or 25% off. And I thought, huh? Okay. See, nowadays they do it on a computer right there, but back then you wrote it on a piece of paper and give it to the lady, and they run them later or whatever. And whatever. So I filled one out and gave it to her and got this discount. I practically walked out there with that toolkit for almost nothing, cheap. I thought the next day, I said, you know, I should buy two of these, one to leave at the truck and one for the house. So I went back up there, and while they were still on sale, and this lady come over there going, if you'll fill out one of our credit slips, okay, I'll fill one out. I did it again. She said, do you got one of our credit cards? I said, no, ma'am, I don't, which I didn't have. Hello, Neil. Oh, Neil, we counting them days down, buddy. We counting them down. Whew, it's getting close, Neil. Fun times are coming. Neil's got his gimbal, and he's ready. Yeah, so I ended up with two sets of them tools, and I went back and I had some drivers, because I had an office there in Texarkana. I had some drivers come in, and I had one of them sitting in there on a table. And they was talking about, oh, wow, you went and bought you some tools. Oh, nice. That's a nice set right there now. I said, yeah, I'll go up to Sears up here, and it's on sale through the weekend. And no stress, Neil, no stress. Ain't nothing to be stressed about, buddy. You're going to have a great time. And you're going to come back and share it with us. It's going to be wonderful, buddy. And get to go on a holiday and spend the night somewhere and everything. Oh, wow. New fuse box anywhere. You getting ready to get a new place. I told her. Anyway, I told his driver, I said, you can go right up there and find that lady that wants you to fill out for a credit card and get some more off before you go pay for it. And they all came back. One guy goes, at that price, I'd buy 5 or 6 of them. But I'm like, well, just go back again and do it again. That's what I did. Next thing I know, everybody was going up there and buying these toolboxes, with these tools in it. Yeah, you'll be good, Neil. Kick back and tell them to get to work. You got other things to do. Yeah, sound like he's moving. It's almost like he's moving, ain't it? Brand new place. Well, that's something we'll do. I think we'll all have to do that, no matter where we live at. We have to struggle with our government. Yeah, I hear you, Neil. You have these government. You have to go check on this and check on that, and apply for this and apply for that, and then argue about this and that. When it's all over, if you finally get it through, you're like, glad that's done. It's going to be a good meeting. But now, Neil, you leaving? What day you actually going to be jumping on the train? Now, if I remember right, you're going to stay that night after the concert, right? You'll push through it, Neil. You'll get through it. Just remember, we're all dependent on you. We know you're gonna come back with something for us. Yeah, we get to hear you get to hear that concert. Yeah, it chip her right up. Heading up there on Saturday. Well, but you're staying the night of the concert, right? Headed up on Saturday. If you book Friday, go on up there Friday. Tell them to lock the door when you're finished. He's got his finger in the fuse box. Okay, I'm ready to go now. Neil's gonna have a great time. Uh, he just don't know it yet. Talk to me the whole time you're going, Neil. Yeah. Even if I don't hear it, talk to me. Oh, he's gonna like this picture. Once in a while, the wind to blow the right direction. Talk to Peggy and everybody too, you know. And every once in a while, we'll be going. I get my name. It's going to be. It really will. But Neil will come back going, this ain't the greatest, but this ain't. But I will tell you. But Neil will try to downplay it. And we'll all be tickled to death. That's true too, Peggy. But Neil's gonna be excited. Yeah. And enjoy the concert. Get some. But he's gonna be sitting on a train, so he can video through the windows outside. We'll be going like this. But I'll enjoy it. I will. But you know you're going to enjoy it. Have you gotten pretty good with it? You starting to get used to the buttons? Cause I sure hadn't. Now that's what gets me. I get to overthinking. I get to going. Now, can I rotate this here and mash this at the same time? Or wait a minute now. What? You know, I get to doing too many, trying to do too many things at once at the same time. But I had to think too much. That's why I don't like it. Yeah. That's something else I was bad about when when I was playing with mine and trying it out was I would try to work it myself instead of letting it do what it's supposed to do. I try to work it. Because I'm used to doing this like this, and controlling and moving and forget the rest of it. Yeah, well, uh, I'm not going to tell you how many times that I've been recording like this, and then get to looking for it and can't find it, or record for 15 or 20 minutes down around the barn or something, and then say, let me go back and look and see if I've got a good picture. Wait a minute, I wasn't even recording. Holy cow! I didn't record none of that. All that time I didn't record it, and I can't take the food and stuff back away from them. So I quit trying to do that for the most part. Petra asked me today. Uh, she was back there digging holes for them flowers. And are you recording? No. I'm looking back to make sure I did record them two cats over. Sometimes she'll say something and she'll go, "You record? Cut that part out." Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I will. I will. Yeah, I will. So like, no, you won't either. Yeah, I will. I will. Cut that part out and put it right back in again. Yeah. Oh, cool. Open the window on the train, drop one of your earbuds on a string down there, toe close to the wheels, and listen to hear the train go. And the train goes down the track. Earbuds as mics. How does that work? Neil will figure it out. He'll make it work. Well, do y'all want to go with me to get my truck tomorrow? Oh, cool. So that'll give you time to freshen up and everything. Take y'all to get my truck. I was planning on recording some of it. Neil's too busy. uh, but I got to thinking, I could go live and go, hey, what do you mean my truck's not ready? You know, I got some people upset about this. Here, talk to them. Well, you know what? First, I thought, well, the lady saw me. I was wearing my shirt, and I'll be wearing one of them tomorrow when I go down there. You know, with my channel name and everything on it. But uh, oh no, I don't have to ask. Not if I'm doing business there. But also the back of my truck has my YouTube channel, and it has my uh, Life in Walker County on Facebook pages advertised on there too. And so I know they know, and they probably watching my videos. That I said one day they never offered to come and get me. Then the next day when I talked to them, they offered to come and get me when my truck was ready. Look and see what the weather's going to be like. I better get to bed. I don't know what time the painters are coming. All right, Neil. God bless, brother. And send us a. I mean, well, you'll see us. I don't know. What we got on Friday? Uh, I'll probably be live again, but if when it, even if I am live again, uh, throw us a lollipop or something. Comment. Let us know you're on your way. Concert time. You sleep well. Take care. Yeah, I know the day of the concert. It's either going to be sunny, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be some kind of weather. Might be cloudy. That's where our weatherman is around here. Yeah, I said well before Friday. Just leave a comment on one of my uh, on one of my videos. Uh, I'm out the door. See y'all later. I'm going to the concert. I'll be back. There you go. Yeah. Good night, Neil. Good morning. It's both. It is morning here now. Well, Tina, how's things going your way? Peggy's over there growing tomatoes and already sitting there eating juicy tomato. Have you joined the garden club yet, Tina? Are you trying to outgrow Peggy yet? see what I'm doing. I'm going to be running here in a little bit myself. The Tina falls asleep on us, I think. No. Still looking, huh? Well, yeah, that's true too. Like, don't forget to give them the thumbs up. Yeah, I do too. As long as you can do this every day, and you can watch people's videos every day. But sometimes I go, did I give them a thumbs up? And I'll go back to the video to look, and it's so automatic that I do it that I forget I did it. It definitely helps out. Yeah, that I went on somebody's live past couple of days, and I started to put on there. Don't forget, don't forget the thumbs up. And I looked down at how many people was in the room, and there was like 40, 48 in the room, or 38, no, 38 in the room, and there was more thumbs up than the people that was there already. I'm like, well, I guess I won't do that because I think they've already done it. Yeah, I mean, I went back to them just to make sure because I don't want to forget to do it. But it's so automatic. First thing, thumbs up. Whether I'm gonna like it or not, it don't bother me. It might not be the best video, kind of like better than anyone I make anyway. So why not give them a thumbs up? I watch some of the videos I make and I go, people watch this? Was it the same way tonight? I see. I don't see the thumbs up count and all that stuff on Streamyard. Well, you did find out one thing. Everything around here breaks. If you watch my video tonight. Oh lordy. Yeah. Well, I guess I've just got you two ladies left. There's all that's left in the room now. I was really surprised to see Melinda up. No, not what happened to the bull. He's sitting over at the slaughterhouse. don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know if that's going to be a good hamburger or not. It ain't that long. It's about 20 minutes. I think it's a 20-minute video or something like that. Meg went to sleep on us, I'm sure. Didn't I tell her good night earlier? Let me roll back here. I can't remember. It was so far back now. I can't even find it. Oh, I almost saw it. Oh dear, I thought we lost it. That's the last time I seen it. The last time I see it on here. Yeah, she was probably already in bed anyway. Yeah, Neil got her to snoring. Let me look here real quick. Oops. Well, I keep bouncing from 14. Yeah, I've been watching for a bit. I need to check because I haven't seen no video since the other day. Seemed like I missed a video of hers or something I hadn't seen that I was expecting her to put out. Trying to. Yeah, said she moved dirt. She done. I tell you what, she used a weed eater, a handheld weed eater. And just thinking about it makes my neck and shoulder hurt. Well, we lost Tina too. Huh. I done put Tina to sleep. Oh, now there says 2 back up there again. Kevin? I don't think he's here. Not according to my count. There's not but. Yeah, I'll lie away for 17 minutes. Yeah. Well, K1 was watching K2 snooze over there, and he just conk right out with her. Peggy, I need to. That's not 1:30 yet. 2 more minutes. Oh, she's driving. Oh, you don't need to be driving and typing now. We're glad you're here. We want you to be able to be here again. I was going to ask Tina what she was going to do. What she was going to do with her property once she gets one. There she is. Oh. I'm seeing double. Don't yeah. Don't answer that if you're driving. Just remember it, and when you're sitting still at home, the next time you can tell her. She's gonna get more chickens and some goats, a horse, and maybe a donkey too. uh, I only got 1 guinea egg tonight out of the barn. Got 3 yesterday, 2 the day before. Got about 25 eggs, chicken eggs. But I went in there. The egg they laid was laying way back against the barn wall under that table, and I couldn't get down there and get it. So I've got my rake sitting there with a yellow handle, and that yellow handle upset them. It had to be what it is. Upset them guineas something bad, because they went crazy when I carried that rake in there. And I'm like, calm down, calm down. Usually I walk in there, you can walk around. You've seen before, we walk in there and one might move or something, or they might walk, but they stirred up so much dust in there, I had to get out till the dust calmed down. And I came back and did it again. Yeah, a lot of accidents happen on them back roads, Tina. And usually a few miles from the house. No, I woke up this morning hearing one, and I did the same thing the other morning. But by the time I was able to get up to go over there to see if it was him, the ones at the barn sound with that bedroom window open sounds just like they're right there. They're loud, and so I don't know. I'm starting to think we might have a Bonnie in there, but she's young Bonnie. And by the end of this month, first of next month, if I'm right, she should start laying some eggs. Uh, what I did from the period of time that I bought them, not knowing how old they were, but they looked young. But I knew they had to be at least a certain age to be the size they were. And they don't start laying. And I thought, well, by the sometime in June or the 1st of July, uh, they should start. They should all the females should start be laying eggs. So, but I knew we had a few older ones, and At least one I was sure of. And we're getting 2 to 3 eggs depending on the birds. Yeah, I've got a couple of them grabber things you're talking about, but no, I would have still. It's a four back there. I'd have still had to bend over and leaned up under there, and I just don't want to fall in the floor of the barn. But I think the color of the handle of that rake stirred them up. Because I mean, like I said, I walked in there and got their water thing, and I walked in there and put their food in. But as soon as I went through that door, and I'm moving slow, like just like I normally would, with that yellow rake handle, they went berserk. Yeah, the rake handle is yellow. I'm assuming that's yellow. It could be an orange color, but I think it. Well, nobody's correcting me, and I keep calling it yellow, so um, I'm pretty sure it's yellow. It's the one I bought at the dollar store, and then somebody took it out of the back of my truck and put it in the back of theirs when I left it in the back of the truck. Uh, they're mad, of course, because you haven't changed the sign. Now, they hadn't laid none up here yet. These are the ones down in the barn I'm talking about. But if if that is Bonnie that I've got up here with Clyde, and I know that's Clyde because Clyde has been doing some sounding off. But I watch. It was early this morning, and I thought, female bird, female, is it out here? Is it down there? And by the time I got up to look, they got quiet. It's like they know I'm on my way to the window. Well, I mean, I'll pretend like I changed that sign. They can't see the other side of that sign, so I don't know how they found out that wasn't. I told them it just kept them protected better with that sign up there like that. But I hadn't run across no beware of guinea signs. I haven't been nowhere since my truck's been in the shop. I've either, if I went anywhere and I can't place where it was, or if I did, I would have went with Scott because I really don't enjoy driving the dump truck. And I take it to the. I was gonna take it to the fruit stand one day and jump in Peter's car and make a run, and then I changed my mind just not to go and let her drive the dump truck home. But I changed my mind. I just haven't went nowhere. So I did go to the hardware store in Chickamauga one time when I was looking for the bucket, and I wasn't gonna buy the bucket and then turn around and pay $5.99 for the lid. I meant to ask that while I had Grounds Family Farm and all them in here? Is that normal that they sell you the bucket? I mean, if you go to the dollar store and get a tote or something, the lids are up there. You get the right lid and it goes with it. And it wasn't nothing special about these lids. They wasn't a twist on kind I wanted with the threads on it. It was a push on, just push down lid. Um, but I was gonna take one, and then I reached up to get one of the lids, and the guy goes, "Now the lid's $5.99," and I'm like, "Huh?" Put the bucket back. You still think it's the cat doing the tattletelling on me? Yeah, you said something about that before. The meanest cat we got is that dark colored one, and uh, she followed me all the way to the creek. I didn't know she followed me, and I was down there at the creek, and I went to turn around. And there was a cat. You know, follow me all the way down here. She walked with me all the way back. Like, oh, if you're going back, I'm going back too. It's like a puppy dog. She might be the. You reckon that cat might be the guinea's? Uh, I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Uh, Union Rep. I think she might be the Union Rep. she might. She gonna argue. She gonna argue the case for him and everything else. Huh? She might be trying to start a union. I have to have a talk with that cat and find out. Well, look, I love y'all. God bless. It's almost it's 20 minutes to 2 now, and I gotta get up in the morning sometime. I do want to be down there right after lunch and pick up my truck. They'd well, you too, Peggy. Uh, y'all sleep well. Wake up in the morning with a smile on your face, and remember, thank the Lord. It's another day. And I'll see you. I don't know if I'll go live or not, but I will do some video. And, if it, I'll have it ready to go. I might even just have it running, and just and you won't see nothing. Just hear us talking. I don't know. We will see. Or maybe everything will go so smooth. I'll just go. Okay. Hey, look, here I am. I got my truck. I'm leaving. Good night. Good night. We'll see you. Thanks for being here.